So, unboxing tonight, Carlisle, my winter allocation. Don't know what's in it. Barely remember what I ordered. Typically heavy on the Zinfandel, but they do other expressions. We'll go through them. I have pork resting right now, pork tenderloin. I was gonna have a récoltant. I feel like when I did my $30 cab tasting that I just didn't let them rest enough, decant enough, open up enough. So I'm actually decanting half a bottle of récoltant now. And I was gonna have it with dinner, and I said, you know, I'm gonna leave it. Maybe have it after dinner, maybe in an hour or two. Still pretty early. And instead, I'm gonna open up a Greek red, Xinomavro, and this grape variety often gets compared to Nebbiolo. It's a high acid and I'd say medium plus tannin type of grape. This is a $32 bottle, probably one of the more expensive Xinomavros I've ever seen. And it was planted in 2001, so the vineyard vines are a little bit older. Well, they're not that old, but either way, I'm trying to see if it's got Diamantis Winery. Don't know much about it. Got it from Princeton Corkscrew. We'll see. It says limestone soil. Don't know much about this. I really don't. I'm looking at it as I'm staring at it because I'm looking if there's a place, because there are places that do Xinomavro better than others in Greece, but good news is when I opened it, the aroma was pretty good off the bat, which I thought was promising. Would I think it's Nebbiolo? Maybe. Nebbiolo, Pinot, something else maybe. It's got a little bit of a floral. Roses. I'm not getting the tar. But it's 2017, it hasn't been open that long. I do believe, I guess I'm just starting to believe more and more wines just need to open up. Let them, especially the young ones, let them decant for an hour or two before you really approach them, and just watch them evolve over an hour or two. Let them rest for an hour, decant them for an hour, have them with whatever you're having them with. Go back an hour after that, maybe even an hour after that. So, getting like fresh strawberry, fresh raspberry. I mean, I guess there's some things that are reminding me of Piedmont. Good acid. Tannins are, say, medium. Comes across a little thin and not enough tannin in there. Sour cherry, sour raspberry. I gotta imagine the alcohol's a little bit lower. Definitely got sour red fruits going on. A little palate cleansing. Just not, I mean, I want to say it, but the people say I've not found a good one of these. And I think this is okay. It's just not. Another $10, I get a good Barolo. I want it to be Barolo so badly. It doesn't have that tannin structure. It doesn't have the structure. It just doesn't. It's a little disappointing. But we'll let it open up. But it doesn't have the guts. So, 2019, Carlisle, Russian River Valley, Zinfandel, so Mancini Ranch. Sure, I've had this in a number of vintages. Vines planted in 1922. There's some other vines that are planted, 320 cases. That's what I always say about these Carlisle wines, especially the ones that are from a sense of a place, Mancini Ranch. Specifically, they're sourcing their grapes, they're making their wine, vinifying it. Alcohol 15.1. This is going to be a big boy Zinfandel. So, it's the first one that I got. I don't really think I have any Zinfandels left in my cellar, so it's good that I get a few, hopefully. I see another one right here, and I know this ranch for sure. Another Zinfandel Pagani Ranch. Also very high alcohol. Must be in a very high extracted year. So planted in 1895, 265 cases. So again, century-old Zinfandel. These gnarly vines that survived this long. And they're just the best Zinfandels I've ever had. I think this is the best producer of Zinfandel in the world. So, pretty sure I bought a bunch of Zinfandel this time around. Papera Ranch, definitely had this one as well. Planted in 1934. 1,000 cases. So this is actually becoming a bigger, they must have got more of this, another 15%, 3 wines in a row, 15% alcohol. These are going to be big Zins. I typically let them sit for a few years, maybe a year or two. If I have a double of one of these, I'll open it early. Here's a screw cap, so I'll definitely open this one earlier. Another 15%er. Just their Dry Creek Valley Zin. Dry Creek Valley is a great region for Zinfandel in California. Another Old Vine Zin. It doesn't give the year. 87% Zin, 13% Petite Sirah to give it some color balance and some depth probably. Petite Sirah does offer a lot of weight to a wine in a blend. So there's 4. Guess I didn't order too many. Oh, looks like I want to order 6. Grenache. So I do say they do make some other Rossi Ranch. This is a very restrained style of Grenache, and I really like it. 15.1%. It's going to be a strong one. And co-fermented with some Mourvedre, 11% Mourvedre, 225 cases. First time I had it, I wasn't like the biggest fan, but it grew on me as sort of an elegant type of wine, a salmon type of wine, pork type of wine, and I really enjoy it. So I definitely will be getting it every time I see it. At least one, because I really enjoy it. And the other big grape they do very well with is Syrah. I do believe the Syrahs need a lot of decanting if you're going to order them early. So some St. Lucia Highlands, Rosella's Vineyard, Monterey County, so a little further south in California, 14.7%. And 305 cases, doesn't really say, just says low yields. So I don't know if I've had this one before, but I have a bunch of Syrahs here from Carlisle just sitting around. It's only 6 wines to... Oh, I take it back. There's more. And just 3 more. So I was going to say, I don't normally order only 6. This is going to be a big boy. Petite Sirah from a named vineyard, Palisades Vineyard, 15.4%. Another big one. Big one. 155 cases. This is going to be engine oil, I suspect. Big wines here. A lot of alcohol, but Petite Sirah just comes out so dark. I always buy this one, Syrah Papa's Block. I know I was just looking, I already have one. 14.8%, still very high. 310 cases. Always a great Syrah. I do believe this one needs to be decanted for a good amount of time, or just give it some time in bottle, sit it in your cellar for a bit. That one, last time I had it, just reminded me of Red Velvet Cake, but it took a bit to come out. It took a long bit to come out. You know, this wine smells very good, and it really smells like it's going to be amazing. Then on a palate, it's such a disappointment. It's just too sour. I don't mind some sour fruit. Sangiovese typically gives me a sour cherry. Just comes across thin and short. Thin and short. Gosh, what a disappointment. I hate to be so down on it. Greek wine, no less, but... Oh, white wine. So the derivative, I think it's a blend, 13 point, that's 14%. 47% Semillon, which is typically made in France, and in one place that they make it, and I haven't had one yet, Hunter Valley in Australia, supposedly makes some really good Semillon. I have not had it. With 37% Muscadel, 14% Colombard. Colombard's not an often used grape. It used to be used a ton in cognac production. Not as much anymore. Cognac productions now. Oh, of course I'm forgetting the grape, but very high acidic neutral white, because then they age it very, very long in barrels. 2% Palomino, which is what they make sherry out of. So an interesting blend out of California, mostly Semillon, Muscadel. So I love white. Love trying new whites. This is a funky white blend from Carlisle, so it'll be fun to try. 385 cases. So there's the 9 bottles. I will be very excited to try some of these. These are very high alcohol, very big wines this year. It looks like they got a little bit away from their restraint, and just maybe these wines were just very, when they picked them, very ripe, and just this is what they turned into. So it'll be exciting when I get to them. This, unfortunately, I could not recommend. Always exploring some more Greek wines, Greek reds. One day I'm going to buy my favorite Greek red. It's about $50, and I'll do a video on it, because I do believe it's Greek reds. Greek whites is what they're known for. There are some Greek reds that are good. Fortunately, this one is just falling a bit short, a lot short. There's more coming out, but it's still, it's nothing special. Just a little stringent, a little sour, a little short. I'll pour a little bit and try it again later. I'll try it again later, but not expecting it to evolve much in the glass. I feel like it's showing me what it's going to be. I can't imagine, the leg's not going to get longer. I don't believe that sour fruit component's going to really go away. It's sour fruit is not a bad thing, but there's no other component that's balancing that sour red fruit component out. So maybe it's a little too high acid. Not that that's bad, but it's imbalanced. It absolutely tastes imbalanced. So, unboxing new red wine I never had. I'm gonna have the Récoltant in a little bit. Gonna go have my dinner, and definitely gonna do a video tomorrow. Have an update. Definitely planning on doing some more tasting type videos, especially with the Coravin. I think I enjoyed that. I watched one of my old videos and really enjoyed doing those $15 and under cabs. May just go to the store one day and buy a bunch of inexpensive under $20 wines and just pop them open and have some fun with them. So that's it for tonight. Have a good night.